What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jamon Shadow. I am here today to talk about something a little interesting, something that I plan on developing pretty soon. So, I'm currently working on the script for a podcast. I'm going to call it the Modders Lounge. So, the entire premise behind it is to help many famous and many unknown mods get, more known and help spread information. Help the community learn more about these games, or rather about these mods. What's upcoming, what's happening next, um, and that's honestly kind of the main gist of it. But let me go into a little bit more detail. So, for starters, all of you know, or some of you may know, I'm a part of the Yuzong Vong at War team, the Empire War Remake Ground team. I do mostly community stuff for both of them, except, with a few mixes of duties in between. For Remake, I do a little bit of mapping for the team, but for the Yuzong Vong at War team, I do mostly community work. I actually got a few different duties that I'm not going to talk about, and I do a lot of testing for both. So, we've got Strobe on it, we've got Geronimo, we've got Corey on Thrawn's Revenge, we've got Emperor Nico on Knights of the Old Empire. We've got all these great modders that are, we use Discord as a way of, pushing information out, just getting things known about what's happening with all these, amazing mods, these projects that have been in work for years, these projects that have made this 12-year-old game, look like something that just got released maybe in 2016, 2017, which is still a very recent time for an old game like this. And in my opinion, one of the best ways to help promote this is to get information from the people themselves. And with this podcast system that I plan to start up, I want to grab people from the community, from these teams, the leaders of these teams, have them get in discussions with one another, have them get in discussion with community members, or just solo discussions where we just talk about what's upcoming next, what big things are going to be happening pretty soon. For example, Yuzong Vong at War, that mod has been in development for, let's say, almost 10 years. I don't want to give an exact date. I'm not certain. I started working for the team about two and a half years ago. But that mod has been in development for so long, and there's still so much left that has to be done, but hasn't been shown yet. And it's going to be amazing, especially when we get a chance to show it off during, the upcoming stream we have. I can't give an exact date on it yet. It was pushed back. But, there's so much information out there for all these great mods. So much information that hasn't even been heard by the public yet. And give or take, if it's private information, it'll stay private information. But whatever the modders or the leaders of these mods want to talk about, that's what's going to be happening on here. It'll be a good way for the community to, verbally hear versus seeing it in the text. Verbally hear from the people that are making these amazing projects, what's coming up next, So that's the idea behind the Modders Lounge. It's going to be a great time. I want to host, community nights, and, general topics about Empire War, off topics, anything about Star Wars in general, including, opinions on the expanding universe versus the Disney universe and Kathleen Kennedy. I have my opinions about that I will rant about in another video. But yeah, so I really look forward to doing this. I feel like this is going to be something that the community needs. It's going to be something fun. This community is gigantic. It's existed for 12 going on 13 years. We're almost in the year 2020. And a game that came out in 2006 is still very popular and still has a very large and massively active community. It's impressive. If you hear crinkling in the background, that's my girlfriend eating something from a bag. Yeah, so that's the entire premise behind the project. And yeah, I really just look forward to doing it. I don't have an official date of when this project is going to start, but I am currently in the process of writing the scripts and planning out everything. I'm still a college student, still have a lot of time on my hand. I don't have a lot of time on my hands. Still a college student. I still have a lot to do with my degree that I'm working to get. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you look forward to it. I'm going to be dropping a few links in the Discord, in my video's description for several different Discord channels. There's one for Empire War Remake, Yuuzhan Vong at War, obviously, and the Mod Hub, which is just a general area for modders alike, and it's just a good way to spread information and talk to the community. Which, again, I know that sounds very ironic considering I'm making a podcast about something very similar. But again, the entire point is getting the voices heard from these people versus just reading it in a Discord chat, which I hope makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I hope you look forward to it. See you later.